Hello. We're good. Where's somebody else on here? I'm getting full. Oh, he gave you a donation, I think. He's gonna own you pretty soon. You better be careful. How are you doing? Oh. We might not get that weather till next week, or possibly not till July. It all depends. It's totally haphazard, but it's a beautiful spring day here now. Yeah, after 2 weeks of almost. Yeah, it's 2. I haven't decided yet. I was fooling around in the F-18, but that's probably a little too fast. I didn't know what you were flying today. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. What's the performance of that plane? Okay. Oh, okay. I think I'll just switch over to TBM. That's something they can easily keep up. Okay. fine there. I just I wanted to get a chance to watch you, so I just had it default to wherever I wanted for takeoff. It looks like I'm on 19. Runway 19. So I guess the wind is coming from the south. Looks like it's. Yeah. Really? Okay. It doesn't. It's not so smart though. I thought it would automatically position me, but. Yeah. No. 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 Weather is yeah, changeable. It's totally overcast now. Suddenly, a split second later, the clouds are breaking up. Hey Guy, you're not coming through on YouTube. Your sim noise came through, or sound comes through, but your voice does not. Yeah. I'm hearing you fine on Discord, but I'm not hearing a thing on YouTube. Although I'm hearing myself on YouTube. Still nothing. Yeah. Still hearing your simulation sound, no problem. No, I only hear the simulation and I hear myself when I'm talking back to you. No, but I can see your mouth moving in perfect unison with the sound on Discord. That's right. That's right. I'm just going to disconnect from Discord to make absolutely sure you're not coming through on YouTube here.
I know what's happening. Is it coming now? I know what's happening. Is it coming now? I know what's happening. I think I sorted out the problem. Okay, let me get back into the voice channel. I think it's fixed. I know what was. I found what was happening. So that was a stupid setting that I didn't realize. But now it should be fine. Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Now we are back to business, and now we know we have an aircraft that is not going to crash on us.
Well, hopefully.
Well, the other one I know it had some issues, so it was an expectation to have issues, and I just took the risk, which I shouldn't have done. That caused us like to lose what, 15-ish minutes, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's switch this controller layout to the one I have for the Piper Seneca, and we will be up in there very shortly.
By the way, at this end of the runway, it says I have a headwind of 7 knots.
Is also interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what the PDF indicates. At what's the direction? Well, it's just 242 degrees.
Huh.
And I'm facing south.
Okay, that's enough fuel. Mixtures full reach, prop pull forward, crack open the throttles, and then the boost pumps are already on. We should have no problems starting the engines. Let's put our nav lights to on, and strobe is already on. Let's look down. Oh, not look down, look up actually, because the starter is up there. I can use my button assignment for that though. Was it this one? Nope. This one that we need to fill with. Okay, left engine. good. We should idle around 1000 RPM. Do the same for the right engine. Then start avionics coming to on, and I need to switch that to GTN 750 from GNS 530 so that we can plan the flight a little bit easier. Okay, back to business. And we need to put in all those waypoints again. Be a problem. We should be able to set it very quick because we have a very limited number of waypoints in this flight plan. Sierra Kilo Charlie Golf. Oops, didn't take the kilo. Okay. There we go. Sierra Kilo Papa Bravo. That's the departure. Selected, load, head waypoint. No, not that one. Head waypoint. Romeo Hotel Charlie. Enter. Add another one. And then this is the last waypoint. Go back, procedures, arrival. Transition, load, back, procedure, approach, RNAV 9, op-ram, load. Alright, the routing is done. We should be good now. There we go. Alright, what else we need to do? Turn off the pumps, I guess. Thing to do, and we are ready to go. Let me check the chat and the YouTube end of things. So the government is, I think, behind us right there, and we don't need to go all the way to the other end. We can take off from here. We have enough distance to take off towards where Mark is standing at, so parking brake off, and off we go. Quick flight controls check. Hey Falcon, you just joined right on time. We had some issues at the beginning with the sim audio not being broadcasted to YouTube, so I think it is sorted now, and we had a crash to desktop with the Cessna 414, so switched aircraft. We are going to use the Seneca. She is a little bit slower, but she should be fine to get us where we need to go. Let's turn on this weather radar thingy. We have to put in the transponder code again. This thing doesn't get in the way. Oh, okay. Well, stay as long as you want. Not a big deal. We'll try to catch up with you next time. Set up this transponder code before I do anything else, and then we'll go altitude recording. Weather radar is on, and yep, there we go. Let's get going. Go one level of flaps, DBI to GPS. I'm not sure why it's not slaved here, so that's the other question I have, because when you have GTN 750, it's supposed to slave the GPS to here, which it is not doing at this point. There'll be an issue with the aircraft itself. Nothing else is off, but we will live with that. We will live with that. Right. Let's get going. much. We are just trying to get up in the air after some problems with the sim and the aircraft I was using. So, but we're good now. Landing gear is extended, landing gear is retracted, flaps coming in, and trimming for climb now. 1,000 feet per minute should do. We'll need to go higher than that. And we need to adjust our manifold pressure to 35 inches and get our RPM. Can stay there around 2,500. That's fine. Yep, the 414 caused the crash to desktop. So this is the Piper Seneca. We had to switch to this one, Airborne Geek. And it happened 3 times yesterday when I was trying to fly with the 414. I think I'm gonna wait until it just passes the beta stage before I decide to use it in streams. But this one should not have any problems. We are roughly on our flight plan track. Can zoom out a little bit and activate autopilot vertical speed. We should be good now. Climbing to what? This time we are probably going to climb to 12,000-ish and cruise at 12,000 with this aircraft. Because this doesn't have a pressurized cabin, which means we can't go higher, which will cause some issues with passengers and oxygen. So we'll keep it like this. What's happening? The other end of thing. What is happening?
You're
The
off
sim
in the
keeps
wrong direction.
crashing. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't understand what's happening now. That means it's not the aircraft. So what else can it be? Something I have in the community? Should just empty my community folder. It's bizarre. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm emptying the community folder. We'll see if it will help with anything. We will keep the 750 because we are going to need that one. And restart the sim. And if it crashes again, I think we are going to skip this week. Guys, I'm sorry, but I have to look into what's going on. Yeah,
Is it just that plane?
I don't think it's the plane because we were using a different one. It might be the sim itself. It might be, like Falcon said, rolling cache, which I can easily fix and see what's going on. Maybe. And the thing is, I reinstalled Windows 10 or switched back to Windows 10, and I cheated a little bit because my sim is in a different drive. I installed the one from the store and then didn't install everything in the community. I just used my old community folder, which might be part of the problem. So I might have to delete everything and reinstall the sim from scratch to fix those issues. Which is not going to happen today, I guess. But we'll try one more time. If we crash again to desktop, I apologize, guys, and we'll just go and do this next week. With the sim crashing, it's not fun for anyone to watch, and it's not fun for me to try to stream because I started sweating here. I just feel responsible for this. it's yeah, it's not fun. No bueno. We'll see. It's giving some sort of error, which I didn't understand and didn't read through, but it has something to do with something. Yeah, Falcon, we would love to have you here next week as well. Yeah, and we'll try one more time. At this point, it doesn't matter. That means the aircraft was fine. It's just the sim causing some issues. So we can try the 414. We can try the Seneca. No, I don't see any difference there. And if we have another crash to desktop, that means we are having issues, which is going to cancel today's stream, I guess. We'll see. Just trying to check what else is running in the background. It's just my regular stuff, so we shouldn't have any problems in normal circumstances, but looks like there's something that's not normal or outside of normal. It takes darn too much time to start the sim from scratch when you crash to desktop. That's the other thing. That how long it's been since we started streaming. See, we started 20 minutes ago and we wasted 20 minutes and didn't get anywhere.
It's not your day.
Yeah, looks like it, Mark. Looks like it. And I apologize. I probably have to go back and reinstall the sim to be on the safe side, empty the community folder, do everything from scratch, and yeah.
Because of the shortcut in changing Windows version?
Yeah, I mean that, and then the other thing I did was I backed up my camera settings for each aircraft, and then brought it back into the sim and copied and pasted. So that might be an issue as well. Okay, so that's the 414. Let's select the livery that has the 750. Go with this blue one. Let's spawn to the same place. And if it crashes again, because the community folder is completely empty right now, there's nothing in there other than the GTN 750. No scenery, no nothing other than the ones that I have from Marketplace that's installs into, I believe, not the community folder but somewhere else.
Yeah, my simulation's pretty sensitive to community folder installations too.
Yeah, yeah, Falcon, it's the standard livery. I don't have any custom liveries. Right now, we are back to business, I guess. What I will do is I have to change my controller settings. That's back to the 414, and this is one thing that I hate about Microsoft Flight Simulator when you have different settings for different aircraft. Because I tried having a generic twin engine GA profile. It doesn't work for some payware aircraft because of the different variables they are using when coding the aircraft. So I guess we can turn on the tablet to see if we have anything. Yep, we'll load this stuff, get it there. That's that. Anti-collision lights to on. Turn the battery on. Magnetos are already on. That's there. Turn the fuel. Mixture. Full prop. Prime left engine first. Starter. Right engine. Starter. Right. Let's do this. Yeah, the sounds in this aircraft, they are very, very good. We don't need the boost pumps anymore. Cut down the RPM to there. Or boost due to troubles, we need to idle around that. Avionics switch to on. Set the pressure by cheating and pressing the B key. Turn the DME. Altitude, we will go again. We'll go up to 15,000. This, go to flight plan, and do this all over again, one more time. What, for the third time I guess today. Sierra Kilo, Charlie Golf. Luckily we don't have a too long of a flight plan. Enter that. Sierra Kilo, Papa Bravo. Enter that. Back, procedures, departure, select that one, load, add waypoint, Romeo Hotel Charlie, X-ray uniform, X-ray, Oscar Romeo, go back, procedure, arrival, position, load, go back, procedure, approach, RNAV 9, op-ramp transition, load. Cool. All good now. Squawk code 1071, transponder on, everything looks okay, everything checks out, and we are ready to test. I think we can do the same thing. We can take off without worrying about too much. Turning around and taking off from the same runway. Oops. Get away from me, guy. You are in the way. Alright, where are my taxi lights? Taxi lights are... This is another problem. Turning it on my controller, it doesn't want to do it. Okay, taxi lights on. It's on. Speedo heat on. One level of flaps to ease it because we don't have too much runway left to take off. Slow it down a little bit, turn around, and we'll do a rolling takeoff. We are not going to stop for anything. There we go. We might not be able to take off with this thing. Short for this aircraft to take off, and I didn't do one thing before we start taxiing, so let me stop here, turn around, and we will use this part of the runway to take off. Alright, let's turn around. Mark, I guess at the end I'm gonna do what you did and take off from the opposite runway.
Okay.
Yeah, one thing I didn't do is because if we don't do this, this doesn't play well because of this weights and balances issue this aircraft has. So I don't know if they are going to come up with a solution to load the aircraft from the tablet so that you don't have to deal with Microsoft Flight Simulator's weights and balances window. Now we should be good. Go slowly to 40 inches manifold pressure. Let's take off thrust. Airspeed is live. Find some left rudder to stay on the center line. Should be able to go up. Take off now. 80 knots. Lift it gently, and she should take off anytime. generator on, yaw damper on, autopilot on. Go heading mode for now, because that's gonna make us turn. Vertical speed. And we'll climb 1300 feet per minute. And test our power to 25 inches manifold pressure, 2500 RPM. Should do it for now. Okay, so far so good. Knock on wood, guys. No crashes.
Good.
To any of the GPSs or navs. Nope. Am I super quiet?
Good.
Hold on.
Yeah, I don't hear any engine noise.
Oh, you don't hear the sim?
Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah, but I muted the YouTube. That would get an echo.
Is it me too quiet or is it the sim too quiet? Which one is it? I increased the volume of the sim. You should hear it a little bit better now. I am too loud, okay. That I can fix. The sim is too loud, okay. We'll cut the sim voice down, the sim sounds down. And here is what I can do to increase my voice or volume. Is it better now? Or do I need to adjust it a little bit more? Okay, cool. And I cut the sim sounds down a little bit, so it should help. It should be good now. So let's see what camera views I have. Oh, by the way, we turned around. We have to hit nav to get on that flight plan route. It is now armed but not active. Go to map, CDI to GPS. Should be good now. No. Yep. Okay. Looking good, I guess now. Too much banking in this aircraft. I don't know if it's true to real life, like this banks this much. By the way, I'm gonna set the cabin pressurization to 15,000, which I didn't do on the ground because I was trying to get up in the air as quickly as I can. And we are climbing a little bit too.
Climbing at a hellish rate.
Yeah, it's interesting that I need to probably reduce the rate of climb to pick up some speed. It should be good. Yep. Now it's time to probably retract the landing lights. It's a good thing to do right now, and turn off the taxi lights. I don't remember which one is it. Okay, that is it. Pitot heat. I don't think we will need pitot heat at this warm weather, but we will keep it there. That means definitely something was conflicting with the sim in the community folder. I have to figure out which one is it. Maybe a livery, maybe an aircraft, maybe a mod I have, I don't know. Okay, let's jump outside and try to see who is where, and try to see if I can spot mark. Yeah, he's there. Okay. Zoom out a little bit. So our altitude 6,400 and climbing. take a while until we get to where we need to be at. We climb like this. Trying to see what is my ground speed is 114. Okay, so we should be fine. I think I'm gonna keep climbing like this with the same climb rate, or maybe go down a little bit to pick up some speed, and it should get us there. Probably in a little bit of time. And when we reach up to cruise, this is gonna speed things up. Okay, at least the weather now looks nice. Then that storm we had, I don't know what was that about. And Mark and I spawned into the sim just to find out that there is a storm rolling in. Now it's gone, and we are back to normal weather, I guess, if you will. At least weather that we can enjoy together. Yep. Alright guys, so let's just do some talking while the aircraft is climbing using the autopilot. Let's see who is there. There are a lot of activity around the simulator nowadays when it comes to new aircraft, and the releases like the PMDG 737, and then the Just Flight's 146 Professional is, I believe, around the corner, and they were saying we might hear a release date this coming week from Just Flight. There is the Mad Dog MD-80. So from Leonardo, I believe that aircraft is in beta 2. We have Phoenix Simulations A320. So, what you guys are thinking about this coming aircraft? Which ones you are interested in?
Well, some people are trying out the Max already.
The 737?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean everybody is waiting on that, including myself. That is probably the number one in my list, and number two because I don't know when the others are coming. Number two, I would say it was going to be the 146 Professional. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Let's see now, where are we? According to Volanta, we are here. There we go. Track the aircraft, get closer.
There you are.
Oh, you catched up to me?
Pretty much.
Oh yeah, there you are.
That was a reportable incident.
Yeah. ATC will be probably yelling at you right now, or myself, like traffic, turn right heading whatever to avoid traffic, or they will be going crazy at the tower. Yeah, that's expected, I guess. And here is the other thing, why this is not coupled, why I have to adjust the course even if I'm like using GPS. Is there a way to couple this thing so that it Is there an option in the tablet? No. The wind information, that's the QNH and everything. And there is no option to couple this thing to the CDI. Or maybe it's in the payware version. under the system settings, setup, com nav, nope. And I have very little in here.
Are there two SKPBs? Because the one I programmed in is south of here, and then the one you're looking for is on the coast, right?
Yeah.
Well, when I punched it into the, the global flight planning system in the simulator, it wanted to go south. Into
What?
Colombia.
Oh, really? Okay, so let's just check this nearest airport. It's not gonna display the nearest airports. SKBQ BP, yeah, we are far away. It's not definitely the nearest to our position, so we need to. Yeah, there you go. That's the information. That is where the airport is. These are not available. Yeah, I can't. I don't know. It's in the. Are you saying it's in the world map menu? Yet you have two.
It wanted me to go south, like deep inland.
That is. Oh, that's interesting.
So I think I'll have to just follow you.
Yeah, maybe. And I can give you some VORs that you can tune and follow along if you want to, along with the course. Because I have built this flight plan, like a RNAV plan and a VOR to VOR type of flight plan. So I have two different flight plans, so to speak. That's destination. That is
That's fine.
okay.
I find my autopilot doesn't want to follow the course anyway sometimes. So.
Oh, really? So there is a VOR 113.70 on course 69 that you can tune in and use the autopilot, or you just use the heading mode and, as you said, follow myself. Couple people around us. I don't think any of them are in the stream watching us, so we need to figure out what to do next week if we end up finishing this flight without any crashing to desktop, any crashes to desktop. Keep it like this, maybe, to have the... Okay, we are coming up to our cruising altitude, so that means the aircraft should level off. That was one of the things that they were trying to fix because it was overshooting the set altitude and not engaging the altitude hold mode. Oh, this time it looks like it is doing it, but it's gonna overshoot that by a couple 100 feet. No, it didn't. Okay, just 10 feet or so, maybe 20. So now we should go to cruise power, which is going to be 30 inches manifold pressure to save some fuel, and then that is going to be 2400 RPM, and that should get us up to what, 160 indicated, 170-ish. Man, you keep climbing. Are you serious right now? What is wrong with you? Altitude hold 15,000 and you keep climbing? Oh man, come on now. Is it going to come down? Looks like it doesn't want to. Let's just do this. Vertical speed minus 600. What are you doing? Oh, the autopilot doesn't follow my commands, I guess. Okay. Let's do this. Let's stay at 16,000, shall we? If this thing stops climbing.
Showing you at about 17,000 feet now.
Oh, it keeps climbing. Look at that. Oh, you can't be serious. Climbing at 700 feet per minute. Okay. I'll probably stay here and vertical speed mode. And set the vertical speed to 0 when we get down to the altitude, and then maybe it will. That's interesting. Anyway. Yeah. Are you going down? No. I am set for a vertical speed of what? 500, 400? And you are not going down? Keeps climbing now. Okay, stay at 17,000 at least, will ya? I have to change my cabin pressure setting to 17. Okay, looks like we are at least getting somewhere with this. Super stupid, man. Hold it there.
There it goes again.
Okay, finally. Looks like finally. I don't know. Hopefully.
Just past 18,000.
That is bizarre though. I mean, I didn't plan for this, but I'm not sure why it's... What is that mark on R? Oh, that's the VOR. Yeah. So the wind sound is extraordinary, too much in the cockpit. Okay, so far so good, I guess. Where are we? Let me check where we are. Oh, we have quite a distance to go, which we can look into right here and maybe see. Menu, change fields. Let's put this to distance to destination. Let's make this to ground speed. Oh, that ground speed is there, so that's X waypoint. We can put this as the ground speed. Okay, 200 miles to destination and 225 knots ground speed. Looking good. Looks like we are holding 17,000 after so many tries. Not sure what that was all about. Mixtures doesn't do anything in this aircraft because of Microsoft Flight Simulator and how the mixture for turbo engines are simulated, there's this auto mixture option that the developer turned on, so that the mixture is set automatically, which is not realistic, but something that we need to live with until those issues are fixed in the sim itself. That's not a developer issue, that's a Microsoft Flight Simulator issue. Okay, next waypoint. Sure if this, I think this doesn't have VNav in the free version that we can use to calculate our top of descent, so I don't think we do. Setup, license, options, com nav, units, alerts, system status. Utilities. Yep, VNav is not functional in the free version. You need to have the payware version of this thing for VNav to work, which means we are going to gauge it ourselves. Go to the charts and see what we can do. So for the RNAV, we need to descend down to 3,200 at op-ramp. So, and op-ramp is our transition. So if we go to flight plan, see where op-ramp is. It's here. 22, 35, 33, 118. So op-ramp is roughly around the same distance, 160-ish miles, which means we need to start descending, given that we have to descend 14,000 feet, times that by 3, that's 42. So 42 miles before op-ramp, that means we need to start our descent about 80 miles to our destination. Oh, 80 to 60 miles, somewhere in between, to capture the RNAV and descend into the airport for our approach. But for now, I think we're good. Cruising nice, and can increase the manifold pressure a little bit to 33 inches to pick up a little bit more speed. That should get us where we are going a little bit faster. Let's look back there. And now clouds are rolling back in, Mark. Not sure if we are going to end up with another storm. I didn't change my ATC call sign, and it's thinking we are still at Seneca, which is fine. I was in a hurry to get back on the sim to start flying, so that's good. 55 minutes into the stream, and we are just passing maybe the 30% of our flight plan route. 80 knots.
I was just experimenting in the flight computer. I tried typing in our destination, still wants me to go deep south, so I'm just putting in the waypoints and leaving it at that.
Really? That's interesting. So it's not, is it not finding the airport, or is it finding two
It's
different?
finding it, but it's saying it was south of south of where we took off.
Oh, okay. So let me leave you guys with a nicer view and go grab a cup of coffee. I'll be back. I am back. Okay, we are doing just fine, I guess. I need to figure out what was causing that crash to desktop. Maybe the liveries I have for this aircraft are not compatible anymore after those updates the developer did. That might be part of the reason. Right, alright. Guess we'll keep going like this. So we are doing what? 237 indicated, or ground speed, and around 172.3 indicated. Where do we go from there? Should we just stop by and do the Dutch Antilles, maybe? Aruba, Curacao, and San Martin, I believe the other island is? Or should we just travel inland towards, I don't know, Argentina or Amazon, Brazil, maybe, Suriname, Guyana? We'll probably go. Oh, we can go to Caracas next week. We'll see. We'll come up with an idea, or if we can't, I'll come up with an idea during the course of the week to see where we can go next. Fine. Hey Jafar, thank you very much. Thank you very much, and thanks for the sub. Yeah, I appreciate your feedback, and I hope you will enjoy the others coming down the road. I know I need to do an update to G1000 videos I have because it changed a lot. So maybe I should sit down and record another tutorial for the G1000 with the NXI that working title team put together. But thank you very much. So
Eating crunchy nuts, so I'm gonna get it.
do what?
Eating some crunchy nuts, so I'm gonna
Ah,
mute myself.
okay. So that's fine. It looks like we have like roughly 30 minutes of flight time left for our destination, and we are 140, 150 miles away. Yeah, everything is working fine now. After 3 crashes to desktop, I need to look into my community folder and find out what's causing the issue. And I may have to go through the stuff I have to download the maybe updated versions of the scenery I have from FlightSim.to and deliveries, and there are too many things. Heading back to there. I want to check one thing. Okay. Yeah, okay. Looks like I have the photogrammetry on, or satellite imagery on. I suspected that it was off for a second. Looks like it is on. Oh, a little bit of turbulence here. Jumping around.
So Sim, it shows you at 17,000, but when I look outside the window, it says you're at 17.8.
Really?
Yeah. What do you see for me? What's the recorded?
18,355.
Yeah. See, I'm up another 800 feet.
Would it be
It's
the
correct,
barometric
but I thought it was
pressure?
right.
Yeah, it's probably the barometric pressure, because when I hit B, the pressure changed, so it updated. So it should go down now, and you should, I don't know if it will change, but it was, my barometric pressure was wrong, so I'm going down to 17,000 again from
Copy that.
17,100.
Okay, I'll go to 17.
Can I get the wind information to somewhere here? Let's see. I want to see distance to destination, ground speed, that's fine. I think I can replace this with the wind. Three knots? Come on now, that's not 3 knots. You are wrong.
Or not tailwind.
Yeah, 3 knot tailwind it's showing, but I don't think 3 knot tailwind will impact that much.
No.
Because the airframe is shaking. I don't know. There's something off, but that's okay.
Yeah, I'm smooth here at, I'm going a lot faster than you trying to catch up.
Yeah. It's interesting that this aircraft, I mean, yeah, this is a nice aircraft. I wanted a twin prop with pressurized cabin that can go up to higher altitudes, because right now only thing we have from the default sim is the King Air that can go high. I just didn't wanted a glass cockpit. I wanted some steam gauge instruments too, so that's why. And I think the other one that I was waiting on is coming too, the Milvis Cessna 310, which is going to be a GA aircraft, but it's not gonna climb up this high. I think it doesn't have a pressurized cabin, if I'm remembering correctly.
Used to have some Alberta government King Airs, but they had to give them up after a scandal. Former premier took them to take her daughter and daughter's friend down to Palm Springs for little holiday junkets.
Really?
Yeah, from Calgary. You could fly
Yeah,
direct.
I know
I
they
actually
are.
flew in that. I actually flew in that plane once when I was working for forestry. It's a pretty nice plane. It's executive appointments, all that.
Yeah, it must be nice. I know they are not cheap. They are running around 2 million US or 2.3-ish.
Yeah, they're the next best thing to getting a jet. Maybe better because they can handle the shorter, the rougher runway.
Yeah, and probably, uh, no, they are burning the same fuel, right? It's also burning jet fuel.
Oh yeah.
So the fuel-wise, probably not going to make a huge difference. Maybe King Air is a little bit more conservative than a business jet or jets when it comes to fuel, but yeah, but it can land to shorter runways where a jet cannot. So, yep, you're right.
I think they're a little less prone to issues with dust and sand, during takeoff. Get that into a jet turbine and cause all kinds of trouble.
Yeah, I really want to get PPL at some point in my life and at least fly in real life for once.
No.
That's like, a bucket list item for me.
That A5 icon looks pretty forgiving.
The Icon A5?
Oh yeah. Though I heard about some professional athlete down in Florida who managed to crash it and kill himself.
Yeah, it doesn't have an autopilot, does it? I only flew it once in the sim. I think it
No.
doesn't come with an autopilot.
No.
No, yes. It literally looks like a car with couple gauges and, a car with wings, I guess.
And
Is
low and slow, you can't hurt yourself in that unless you're trying to do something crazy.
right.
That's the way it flies in the sim. I don't know real life. The thing I have is since one of the updates, I think it's sometimes the throttle just goes crazy and it just loses altitude just spontaneously. But that's a glitch. It's not the real plane.
Yeah, I mean, Microsoft Flight Simulator still has a number of issues that are left for a later time and not taking up the highest priority. But hopefully, in time, they will eventually get fixed as they fix the more priority stuff first. Yeah, and speaking of which, some of the developers, I don't wanna name the names, but some of the developers are trying to put whatever they are not doing for their product to the SDK, which I don't understand. So, SDK might not be ready, sim might have issues, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you are not going to fix your product. And that goes for two Aerosoft products I have, TwinOtter and the CRJ. They still have bugs that we knew from the day one, which hasn't been fixed. So yeah, and everybody in the community is talking about it, about Aerosoft and how poorly they are handling the updates and the bugs of their products.
There's so many planes that way.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the TwinOtter is a total disappointment. Like it is not beyond a Coronado aircraft for me. Not with all due respect to Coronado, I'm not saying they are bad, but Aerosoft was claiming that TwinOtter will have more system simulation than, you know, the cheaper payware aircraft, which it doesn't at this point. Up to this point, they are still using the default GNS 530 the sim offers, so Asobo code for the autopilot and navigation and GPS. So what else you guys coded? I mean, tell me. Prop feathering doesn't work. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. I don't know. I mean, I receive comments from some subscribers saying I'm being too critical for the products and it's turning them down because I criticize the product too much. But man, I mean, that's what I do because I paid for that product, and that gives me all the rights to criticize what's not working and what's being promised. So, would you rather not hear about it from me when I'm recording, so that you make an informed decision, or do you want me to sugarcoat it and sell it to you? I'm not affiliated with any of the developers. I don't request, beta versions or pre-release versions or press copies. I just go buy it and review it myself.
I think you should be involved when they're going through all their testing. You know, they had a team of testers out there before they released the full product. I talked about Flight Simulator 2020. I don't know about the aircraft, how critically they were reviewed. Presumably some of them, the GA ones at least.
Yeah, I mean, default aircraft, you can say anything. Freeware mods like fly-by-wire, working title, nobody has the right to say anything because you're not paying for that thing. But when you are paying, your hard-earned money to a product, you expect that to work. And if it's not working, I think I have all the right to criticize the developer by not doing their part in this. I think it's fair to say the customer agreement, right? It's an agreement between a customer and the seller that I'm buying this product and you are saying this is going to work as you described in the product page, which is not. So are you going to fix it? Yeah. So that's where I'm at with this thing. With Aerosoft products, CRJ is still a good plane, but it still has some bugs that needs fixed, which I don't think Aerosoft will care, I guess, because they now are working on an Airbus 330 or something. It's just make it, get it to a level where it can fly and sell it, and don't turn around and look back. I guess that's their practice. I'm sorry if it's turning you down that I'm telling the truths, because that's what I do. I can't do anything about it. I mean, you can choose to subscribe, not to subscribe, and I really don't have anything to say about it. But I would rather tell the truth instead of sugarcoating stuff like most others do, because they whatever.
We're going to Aeroporto Burrito Boulevard.
Oh, that's the one.
I don't understand. Like, I can see it here on Google Maps is where it should be, and then you punch it into the, the flight planner and the simulator, and it wants you to go to a different place.
That is interesting.
Colombia, but different place.
Rather interesting. I didn't try to find it in the world map menu because I built the flight plan in the sim, but I'm not sure why world map and the avionics in the aircraft have differences. They should use the same database, same waypoints, same airport information, but I'm not sure what's happening there, Mark.
I punched it into the flight computer, but to see if maybe there's a duplicate location or something. But it's still wanting to take me to the deep south in Colombia.
Ugh. Okay.
So it's just completely screwed up.
And also, I think there is a problem with the AREC cycle that's just released. Because when I built this flight plan using SimBrief, it was saying that it couldn't find an airway. So I don't know. Maybe Aerosoft, oh no, Navigraph will release an update.
Maybe the waypoints are in the right place, so maybe it'll follow you.
I mean, that's probably the best thing to do at this point if you cannot find that airport, though that means you are going to do visual landing, because
once I get to our final waypoint, yeah.
okay, how long we got left? 89. So I think about, hold on, let me figure this out. So we are 17 to, so we are roughly 33, 16, that's roughly 50, 70 miles to Opram. So in 30 miles, roughly about 60 miles to destination, start our descent, and hopefully that will get us to where we need to be. We need to descend down to 3,200 feet, which we can probably go and set here just to be ready for it. But that's set, and we will arm it when we are ready to descend. We still have roughly 30 miles to top of descent. Yeah, and now I need to figure out what was causing the crash to desktop in the community folder. That made me curious, because now the aircraft is working and is flying just fine.
So Windows 11 was giving you grief before?
Do what?
Windows 11 was giving you grief before?
Yeah, with the Windows 11, the problem I had with Windows 11 was whenever there is a Windows update, this is what was happening. I was updating using the Windows update, and then somehow it was taking the user rights and rendering them useless or changing them for the drives, and I can no longer access my hard drive. And this happened with the 2 SSDs I have, and I have read I just did some research in the web, and there was a post about Windows 11 causing problems with certain brands of SSDs, like Crucial, which I have, and it was removing the user rights, so I couldn't access my drive, which the SIM is installed, and when the SIM starts, it's asking me to install it to a drive. So yeah, that was the problem, and that happened like 3 times with Windows 11. in two instances I was able to recover by using a system restore point. On the third one I was not able to, so I lost everything and I had to, and I said I'm switching back to Windows 10 until they sort it out. I kind of like Windows 11. I think the reason I switched is the memory management of Windows 11 is better than Windows 10, but I think I have to wait a little bit until the issues are sorted.
I'm looking at you. I'm at your 3 o'clock, a few feet away, and you look like you're a single engine unity or something. You're not even a twin engine.
Oh, really? Looking at different aircraft?
Yep.
That was reported to the developer too, like it's not matching the models. So I don't know if there is some sort of coding that needs to be done for the sim to recognize this as an aircraft and, you know, model match on your end when you are flying with someone who uses this aircraft.
So generally, only GA aircraft are rendered consistently from the outside.
Rendered?
Yeah, like I mean, they'll seem to look the same to the user as to other people around, like if it's GA. But if it's a specialty, like purchased aircraft, it hardly ever.
I don't know. I mean, they might have generic models for most of the GA aircraft. I'm not sure how the sim is making its mind to what to display to you when you are flying on multiplayer. I have no idea how it's done. Because sometimes it's a twin engine, you know, G58 or something. Sometimes it's a Bonanza, sometimes it's a CJ4, I don't know, even if it's a propeller aircraft. They have a lot of work to do when it comes to model matching. Yeah.
It just passed directly above you.
There you are. I'm seeing you as a TBM, which is
Yeah.
nice.
Aircraft, what can I say? It's better.
Yeah. All right, 68 miles, so we should think about starting our descent. Yep. Let's go vertical speed and let's descend. 700 feet per minute for now. Arm the altitude. Okay. So looks like it is working now. Descending nicely.
The same.
60 miles to destination, 700 feet per minute. Sure if it will be enough, but I'm gonna gauge it a little bit to see where we are at. I think we should be fine. We can go up to 1,000 feet per minute. Trying to look up to see if the deliveries I used are updated for this aircraft, which might be the reason of my crashes to desktop. Yeah, it looks like I have to work in my community folder a little bit, update all the liveries I have, and then the scenery I have to match what they have today, because that might be part of the reason to the CTDs.
Oh, I haven't been back to Panama for a while, but I'm getting tremendous shipping traffic at other locations with the update of that free shipping add-on.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe
Well,
it's just because I didn't have the update you did at that time. I can't remember.
maybe, because I think the ship traffic became a little bit better with that update after I installed it. And
All I got was pleasure boats. That was it. Like
yeah,
really
I was seeing all kinds of
yachts.
I was seeing all kinds of ships, all the way from the tankers and carriers and sailboats, leisure, yeah, all kinds of different different ships.
That's good. Now I think it was Shanghai or Singapore again.
And
Lots of ships.
don't you think that it's a little bit like funny to, remember, if you have flown in X-Plane and other simulators, we were looking for better visuals, better trees, better ground textures when back in those days. Now we are worried about the ships in the sim. How fast our perception can change when someone is provided, or something we didn't really think about happened with the new sim, because the new platform has a lot to offer, and I don't I don't see why we shouldn't ask for more from the from developers and community to make it more realistic and more immersive, so that it feels like it's a flight simulation.
It is nice to see. Like that's one thing I notice. When I go to seaside cities, the first thing we notice is all the ships around. So it's nice
Yep,
to see it in the sim.
yep, I agree. It's super nice to see the ships, and the interesting thing is, um, no one thought that the world will be simulated in 3D like this before Microsoft Flight Simulator. No one probably guessed it.
It'll just get more and more capable, especially with cloud and all that.
Yep, I agree with you. How are we doing on the descent? 12,000 feet, coming down to XUXOR, and we are 35 miles. Hold on. How many miles away from? 22 miles from Opram. I think we need to start descending a little bit faster.
Just about there.
The RPM a little bit to help with the speed, so that we don't overspeed and have enough time to descend.
Once I get to XUXOR, I need a bearing or something. Just hanging out over the ocean. I'll just follow you in, dude.
Are you at the front? You passed me, or are you above?
I'm ahead of you, and I'm down around
Oh, okay.
7,600.
But let me reset the camera and try to find you. Is it again the server lag that's causing me not seeing you? Or could be.
I don't see you now. I'm on the same server. I saw you just a moment ago, and then
Yeah, this occasionally happens, so that might be why.
we have lag and we're on the same server. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't, but
It is far worse if you're not on the same server. That can be like a 20-minute or forever lag. Well, there you are. You're up. You're above me now. Ahead. Guess I need to speed up.
oh, there you are. I found you. You are at 7200. You are lower than I am. Yeah, I'm trying to increase my descent rate to descend a little bit faster. The throttles to maybe 25 inches of manifold pressure so that we don't overspeed, but we still descend at a reasonable speed. Okay, passing almost 10,000. 7,000 to go. I think I'm gonna cut the throttles a little bit more. So 20 inches. At Opera, I need to be at 3200. Is that $32, and then we will go down to 1700 eventually, so let's set that to 1700 instead. Cycle the arm. Okay, so yep, we should be fine. We are slowing down a little bit and we are descending a little bit faster, so we should have no problems, and we will shallow the descent when we get to a altitude that we can manage. That's good. Not too much activity in the chat. That means there are few people watching the stream today, which is fine.
It didn't go too well.
And Momenta is saying we have 6 minutes of flight time left, so we are almost there. Get down to 15 inches. Slow down. More. 20 RPM. All right. $7,000, so 4,000 to go. And we are almost at Opera. .3 miles. Yeah, I'm trying to slow us down to give the aircraft enough time to descend to where it needs to be at.
So I'm marking off where the airport is here. They've got all those, touristy type bubbles showing, and I think that's the airport ahead.
Okay, that's interesting. I was hoping this will have a good approach from the cove, but I think for that we need to use the other end of the runway.
Well, this cloud is super low.
Okay, what's our altitude now? 4,000. 3 miles to op-ramp, we should be fine. Slowing down, we should be fine. We need to get down to 1700 to activate the approach and eventually land this aircraft to Bolivar.
Yeah, it's Puerto Bolivar, so it's in the simulator, but if you program it with the code, it goes to completely the wrong place.
So if you type the name, it's bringing up the correct thing, but the code goes to the wrong place.
Looking at it because it's showing me it's showing me major destinations in real time here. It says it's showing the name of the airport. It says in 14 nautical miles away, blah blah. It doesn't show me the call sign for the airport, the code for the airport. But I know if I punch in the code, then it takes me somewhere else.
Isn't that interesting now?
Yeah. I wonder what the
1700 to go.
For this airport.
Yeah, it's interesting. We are coming down to our altitude that we need to be at. Slowly, but we will be there before the waypoint that we need to be at 1700.
Yeah, then you'll be under the cloud. The cloud deck is pretty low.
Course needs to be 92. That's the final approach course. And we don't have to tune anything, our nav approach, so just arm the approach and the aircraft should hopefully full RPM, full mixture for landing, and manifold pressure about 25 inches. We need to slow down. We'll keep it there at the green tape to slow down and drop the flaps for landing. And this time we leveled off without any problems. The aircraft doesn't keep descending. Knock on wood, I don't want to jinx myself. One more altimeter check. Alright, altimeter is captured, 1700 feet. Glide pad armed, and I'm trying to see that is that the airport. Yep, looks like we have some wind, headwind component coming, and that looks like the airport in front of us. Coming down to 140 knots, we'll go flaps 1 or 10 degrees, I guess is a better way to. And what's the minimums? I haven't checked the minimums. The minimums is 4,400, so let's set it to 400. There we go. Minimum set. And we are just waiting for the aircraft to reach there to capture the glide path into the destination airport. 120. Landing gear coming down. Yeah, don't yell at me, it's coming down. It's landing lights. Taxi lights are on. Cool. We started descending. Looks like we captured the glide path, which is not shown here. But we are descending into the destination. Yeah, looks like we are. One more level of flaps. Full flaps at this point.
You seeing the windmill farm?
Yeah, on the left.
Yeah.
Yep. Keep the speed.
Desolate here.
It is. It looks like a desert. Not too much green. It's just looking like it's desolate. Yeah, it's sand and I don't know.
Too sure about this.
Though there are some tropical islands around here who are sharing the same fate, like this place here, and because of that, they are using seawater. They are purifying the seawater to have drinking water or tap water because of the lack of natural water sources and springs and whatnot. So yeah. Okay, looking good on the puppies, although I don't see a runway in front of me. I just see a interesting texture. Is it grass?
It's there. There is a runway. It's just kind of points a little bit east, basically.
Okay.
East to west. There we go. Doing this all visually, so it could be a little rough.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay around 80-90 knots for landing. See, I think I might have to disconnect the autopilot. Get myself down there, because I think I'm a little bit high now, according to the puppies. Should do now.
Alright, I'm there. It's not what I expected at a tropical airport.
Yeah, right. Does it have any sort of terminal building or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn there.
Trying to see the puppies, and I think they are displaying 5 whites, so that means I'm high. I need to descend a little bit faster. So our nav didn't work. The glide path never was captured. The aircraft was descending, but I don't know why it was descending, because the autopilot panel doesn't show anything. So yeah.
A couple other planes here, pretty simple terminal building.
Oh, now it started loading the runway. Huh. Has something to do with LODs, I guess. Still trying to get back on that glide path, and the puppies are not happy. Just by looking to it, eyeballing it, I'm on the right path. I'm fine.
See you coming in.
Yep. Not too much runway, so I don't want to float a little too much.
Should I call out the fire truck?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Here you go.
There we go.
Pretty good.
We are on the ground. A little bit touchy on final. Had to correct a lot, but well, we're good.
No bounds, that's pretty good.
Good.
Okay, you went whipping by.
Better than last week's, or 2 weeks ago with the DC-6.
Yeah, the DC-6 was challenging.
Take this. This looks like an exit to me to our left, so we'll take this. Transponder goes back to standby. Landing lights, we will... Oops. Look where you are going first, right? Before dealing with the switches and knobs. Coming in. Taxi lights will stay on. This is like getting us back on... There is no... Oh, is there a terminal building where you're at? So that means I need to...
A couple small buildings here.
Okay, I need to backtrack the runway.
Aircraft.
Looks like I need to backtrack on the runway to get there.
A very bored-looking guy on a pushback vehicle.
Let's jump on the runway. Backtrack until we get to that exit. So did you land it from the same side, or did you land it from the opposite and rolled all the way on over on that side?
I had a bit of a headwind. It's easier.
Okay.
I couldn't see the runway. I didn't know the orientation until I was almost, you know, I couldn't change my approach, but I just lucked out.
Right. So. Okay, I see where you're at now. This next exit is probably going to take me there. There we go. Okay. Oh, not like an. Oh, okay. Even it doesn't even look like a regional airport. This is like looking like an airstrip in the middle of nowhere.
It's primitive.
Yeah, definitely is. Definitely is.
How come my custom call sign doesn't show on the fuselage of this aircraft?
That I have been seeing recently too. Like the tail number is not updated and all kinds of stuff. I don't know if it's.
But it's not on this plane.
Maybe some planes do have that problem and some don't. I don't know.
On the other hand, if I look at my dash, I can see it. Like for my radio call sign, it's all there. So not consistent.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna park here.
Shut her down.
Set the parking brakes. Taxi lights off and transponder standby. Flight director and yaw damper can come off. And we can finally shut down our engines. Turn the magnetos off. And that off. What we can do is open the doors to let our virtual passengers out and put the tie downs and chocks and everything. There we go. Oh, the doors are not open. What? Oh, the animation is not playing. That's what it is. But we are here. We are here. We made it safely. So, thank you guys for today's flight. It was fun, despite the challenges we had at the beginning. But thanks, Mark, for flying with me as my wingman, I would say, if it's the right term to use. Thank you very much. It was fun. We'll figure out what we do next week. I'll come up with a nice destination, maybe a bigger size airport, so that we can enjoy some good approach. And I think it's just me again making an executive decision on what we are going to fly to. And if we get a release of a different aircraft that I was planning to purchase during the week, we might as well use it and do the a premiere stream for that new aircraft and maybe just talk a little bit more.
It's always a little dangerous, but why not?
It'll be a little bit dangerous, especially given the fact that my piloting skills are not that great. We might crash, we might do bad landings and all kinds of stuff, so fasten your seatbelts, I would say.
Good. Okay, well, enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you very much. You do the same. Thanks, Jafar. Hoping to see you again. And I will try to update that NXI video. That's for sure. I know I need to record another G1000 video. But thanks, guys. Appreciate you. And I will see you all next week.